Hey Flosstube, it's Cindy. This is the Scrappy Chick, and today is Sunday, August the 4th. I hopefully will have this video up before the end of the day. If not, then by Monday, but hopefully today. I don't have a ton going on other than lunch with the family, which is exciting. So this is my next regular floss tube. It had been almost 3 months since I had done one. So I did a full-on mid-year whip parade for my last one. So if you missed that one, go check out number 13. I'm sorry, number 14. This is number 15, excuse me. So this is a regular one. So we're going to get into, I have a couple of new starts. I have a couple of finishes. One is a full finish. I'll talk about the class that I attended for that one. And then I have some regular whips. I have some plans. I have some haul. And stick around to the end and I will do a shop update on the project bags. Oh, and I have a giveaway winner as well. So buckle in, grab something to drink. I'm on the coffee this morning. I'm usually a coffee drinker. Maybe a little wine sometimes in the evening, but I'm usually coffee all day long. Maybe soda in the afternoon, but I'm typically a coffee girl, and I'm a hot coffee girl, not an iced coffee girl, even in the summer. So not that you needed to know that, but anyway. So it is hot. I am in North Carolina in the Piedmont area, and it is hot. It has been hot, hot, hot. We did get some rain this week. It cooled it off to mid 90s, which is better than high 90s. But I'm not a summer girl. Not at all. Don't really like the heat. I do like being at the beach by the water with a drink in my hand. That's fun. But other than that, I don't really care for the heat and the sun. So it is what it is. Anywho, so I'm ready for fall, and I'm ready for fall stitching, which is coming up soon. But let's start today with finishes and full finishes. How about that? So let's start with my regular finish, and that was Strawberry Fields Forever. This is actually, let's go this way. This is from Blackbird Designs. It's one of 4 in the series for the tribute to the Beatles. And I had started this 2-3 years ago, and I had decent progress on it. I think last time you guys had seen it prior to this, I had the border pretty much around this and the house. I had some bits and pieces. I may have even had the flower pot, but I had all that center to go, and I think a couple of strawberries. And I had been watching Hannah, the Pokey Needle, who I love. If you have not checked out her floss tube, go stop right now, go over there and check out everything she's got. I think it was a whip parade when I had seen this. I can't remember. And she was at a very similar point than I was, and she said she really wanted to get this done. So I hit her up on Instagram and I said, girl, we're going to do this. We're going to do this on our lunch breaks because we both stitch on our lunch breaks. And that was beginning to middle of May, I believe. And I'm sorry, beginning to middle of June. And we both got her done by the end of June. And I am tickled to death with that. Love it. I will most likely frame this one unless I can find a flat finish of some sort. Like those, I don't even know what they're called. Hobby Lobby, Walmart has the like planks that are like a flat frame, kind of raised up. I like those. So maybe I'll find the right size for that and get that finished. I did use all the called for colors, and that is stitched on 32 count Weeks Dye Works of some color. I think it's Confederate gray, maybe. I don't think I have the thing attached. Oh, I do. Looky there. It is. It's 32 count Confederate gray from Weeks. So that was a finish for June. I had another finish for June, and I had signed up, let me see if I can find the chart, a while back, and I will talk about more at this class, but I had signed up for a class at Barefoot Needle Arts at the beginning of, for the beginning of June, because I had never gone to a cross stitch class. I've been to a million classes for different, like scrapbooking, stamping, art journaling, all of those things, you know, from Future Life. Future Life. It's going to be one of those days, isn't it? From a past life. But I had never been to a cross stitch class, and Kathy Haberman of Hands On Design was coming there, and I was super excited by that. It's nothing that I couldn't figure out how to do by myself, but I really wanted to take a class from Kathy. So this was the class that was offered. It was an exclusive for Barefoot Needle Art. And they are a wonderful, wonderful store down in Myrtle Beach. Absolutely love those girls. I'll talk about the class a little bit later. Anywho, this was the pattern, and it should be, I'm sure, in Kathy's shop at some point in the future. Love it, except for I wanted it to go in my camper, and my camper is more of teal colors and coral colors. So I thought, okay, well, let's just tweak that a little bit. So I had most of my stitching done, and funny story on that. So I had wanted to go to this class, but it was a Tuesday, and I looked at my husband's weekends, and if we took a whole week, he could have taken that that Tuesday off. Anyway, long story short, he has every other weekend off, and we usually only go on vacations arranged around his weekend off. So this was the day after his weekend off, which would be on his long week, his overtime week. So we don't usually go anywhere then. So I took it upon myself to go ahead and get 5 days down at the beach. He stayed with me for the weekend. He left Sunday, and I got to stay till Tuesday. And I was a little like, gonna be by myself. That's gonna be, really weird, really quiet. No dog, no husband. But I absolutely loved it. It was a ton of fun. And I just sat and stitched a lot. I did spend some time at the pool, but I had a lot of rain, so I did get to sit in and stitch. So I finished probably half of this chart at that point, and I got in a couple thousand stitches on another piece. But anyway, so this is my little finished piece, and I think it turned out so precious. One of the girls down there had added their last names, so I went in. I had thought about it, but I wasn't sure if they would fit. I looked at hers and was like, yep, they'll fit. So I went in and added Cindy and Glenn at the top of our little chairs, and I think that turned out so cute. It was a great little class. Here's the back of that. And again, I'll come back and talk about the class a little bit later. But that's my full finish for this time. So 2 more finishes to add to my 2024, which I think is at now 8, maybe 9. I can't remember. Somewhere in that vicinity. So we're doing great. I'd like to do the 24 and 24. I think that's Stitchy Sarah Reed's, maybe, that started that. I know that's where I've heard about it from. And she is well on up there, I think, above the 24. But I thought that was a great idea. So I jumped in on that one, and I am a third of the way through that, halfway through the year. But when I was doing my whip parade, I did pull out quite a few projects that are a few hours or a few days from being a finish. So hopefully I can pull some of those out in the months to come and get some more finishes in. So that's finishes. Let's go on to whips next. And first, in no particular order except for just the way that I ironed them, I have been working on the Shores of Hawthorne Hollow. This is a stitch along started by Nancy, the Disorderly Stitcher, and she's doing this in her Facebook group or anybody that wants to join in. And we're doing this over 4 years. So the assignments are pretty loosey-goosey, but it is a fourth of a block each month over 4 years gives you the entire thing. So these blocks with as much, like from here down, that's almost complete, what do you call that? Full coverage stitching. This one is. This one mostly is. The bottom half of this one mostly was. Some of them aren't, as bad. But either way, it's a sort of daunting task to do one of these charts. There's others I want to do. But anyway, so I did finally, I was a month and a half behind. I did finally finish my, let's see, we started it around leap day. So March, April, May, June. I finished my June stitching here. I do need to add, I think, the eyeballs and the seagulls, and started in on my July stitching. So I'm almost caught up with that. I think I need to finish the roof. Instead of doing quadrants, the way the house was, I decided I would just kind of go in rows. And if I can get like that top third done, that's about a quarter of the pattern because the rest of this is a little fuller. So I'm pretty pleased with that. That's become my new lunchtime stitch right now. And I worked on that all last week. So I think that's going to be really awesome when it's done. A few people have finished this, and it's so pretty, so pretty. Can't wait. And that's living in this bag. Let's see if I can show the inside of the bag without showing the pattern. All right. And I did create that bag just for that pattern because I thought the colors were perfect. So there we go. Put this away. I'm not going to take complete time to fold these and put them all back in the bag, but I do want to at least stack them neatly so I can find everything when we're done. So my next whip, this one, also for actually 2 different stitch alongs. The Artsy Housewife, love her stuff. I have loved it for quite some time, and I had not caved because I didn't know where I wanted to start. And I saw a few different people talking about her Patreon, and so I had kind of been lurking, you know, trying to decide, should I, you know, what do I want to do? And she came out with this pattern, and I don't have a physical print out, so I will just insert that right here. And this is called Within a Dream. And this was the tier 4 Patreon for July. I believe it was for July. And we're doing a stitch along with this. And this is as far as I am on this one. I love stitching on this. And I don't know if those colors are just coming out at you or not. These colors are beautiful. I'm stitching on 32 count Cypress from Fiber on a Whim. And I am using the Roxy Floss Co. conversion. And hold that up with the fabric. The minute I saw those, that just sealed the deal. And I joined the Patreon and started in on this stitch along. Absolutely love them. That's been a very, very fun stitch. That's living in this little bag right here. I do know a couple of people that are participating or are getting ready to start. So that's exciting. I haven't worked on that this week, but I am kind of dying to get back to that one really soon because it's a really fun stitch. And I'm also doing that one for the Halloween is Lifestyle Sal, and that's being hosted by Beck Stitches Everything. Again, stop right now, go watch her channel. She is relatively new. She's only got a few videos up, but she has hit the floor just running. Amazing projects, and her personality is great. She's a lot of fun to watch. She's hosting that with Crow Stitcher, who I had not heard of before. Found out about her through somebody else and went and checked out one of her videos, and she is amazing as well. I really, again, just dig her personality. She does a lot of full coverage stuff, which is not my jam, but I enjoyed watching her and listening to her, and she does have some really cool projects that are similar to things that I do. So go check her out as well. All right, so next up, this was, actually, let's skip that one. Well, no, let's go ahead. We'll jump right into the 2 new starts in the middle of the pile. How about that? So this one is from the Fairy Tale book. I wanted to do an unboxing of this, and I still may do that on my Instagram. The Fairy Tale book was put out by Starlight Stitchery, and it has patterns from all different designers. This particular one is Sprouting Lupine, and the other one I will show you is by Noctiflora Designs. Oh my God, I love that. This is the one I wanted to do first, but I need to dye my fabric. I was all ready to go on it. I have my floss and everything, so this is one of my plans. But I was looking closer at the fabric when I was picking, and I was like, oh, wouldn't that be fun to hand dye? So I'll talk about dyeing later, but I'm going to come back and do that one. So this one, though, is called The Briar. And again, it's from Sprouting Lupine. I think that's such a pretty pattern. So pretty. And that is where I am on that one. Not very far. I started that a couple of nights ago. Just took a while here and wanted to start it. And I'm using the floss that came in the box. And that's from Forbidden Fiber Co. Really pretty colors. I'm not sure that this is floss that I would order. Honestly, again, I like it. I like the way it stitches. But it's not variegated, or not very variegated. So, not something I would necessarily go back and pick, but I am absolutely open to going to their website and looking to see if maybe they have other flosses that are more variegated. But the colors are really pretty. That's just the ones that go, I think, with this. There were a couple others that came with it as well. But that's where I am on that. Again, not very far, but I wanted to jump in on it. And that's living in this project bag. Sorry. Absolutely love these snakes. This is from Moon Garden by Tool Pink. Love it, love it, love it. Oh, there's the other two flosses. There's a green and a purple. And it's so funny. I love that purple. That's my favorite floss in the whole kit. And none of the patterns used it. Not a single one. It's called, oh gosh, what's it called? It has a great name too. I can't remember. I'm not going to take time to look. But nobody used that floss. So I have to find a way to use that floss for sure. So that was one new start. So let me jump ahead to my other new start, which is, I'm not going to call it an epic failure. It keeps going into temporary timeout. So I had also joined, it was, so in July, I tried not to spend any money because June, I went insane. I don't even know what I was thinking. When I get to the haul, you're going to see what I'm talking about. This is not typical of me. I don't usually order a ton, but I really did. And I joined 2 Patreons, not just the Artsy Housewife, which hers is amazing. There are some great patterns in there. And if you haven't seen her sneak peeks of her market releases, I need them all. I need them all. Anyway, so the other Patreon I had joined was the Witchy Stitcher. And I don't know if I really joined it for the tarot cards or if I joined it for, there was a release, I can't remember what it's called, something about Don't Disturb Me, I'm stitching, and it's a little bit spooky. It's a really cool pattern. Anyway, I don't remember why I wanted to join it, but I did. And she's doing these tarot cards, 1 or 2 releases every month, and the pattern, or not the pattern, but the frame, if I can find a picture that's not actually the pattern, I will insert that here. And I will also insert here a couple of the tarot cards, the pictures of those, if I can find those, again, that are not the pattern. I started in on the frame, and let me tell you, so this frame is going to be 400 by 500, 500 by 500, something just ridiculous. It'll take me until I die to finish this. And that's assuming that I can stitch on it at a normal rate. Excuse me. But because it's so large and it's stitched on black, you have to get a really tiny count, or you have to do 1/1. So taking note from Julie, this is 2 weeks in a row I've mentioned you. Taking note from Julie, she had started this, and I don't think she was the reason that I caved on this Patreon. She might have been, but I think it might have been Leva Stitches, who is Emma Kay from Joy and Emma Kay at the Carolina Stitchers. Another amazing floss tube. If you haven't watched them, they just did a rehash of StitchCon, which was a great video. Anyway, she's really into Witchy Stitcher as well. So I don't know which one it is, but Julie was doing this on black, and I believe she did a 28 count 1/1. And I was like, oh, okay, well, maybe I could do 25 1/1. So I got me a big old blanket of 25 count black even weave 1/1, thinking, okay, it's not linen. I can handle this, right? And, oh my gosh, let me just tell you. I think I could handle the 1/1, but on black, I have literally started that like 8 times trying to get neat stitches. It's almost impossible to get neat stitches. That itty bitty on black. I mean, are my eyes that bad or what? And this last row that I'm working on there, I think maybe I finally figured out how I need to do that. But I keep putting it in timeout, coming back to it a few days later. And I really want to stitch it because it's so cool. I was really into tarot cards back in the college days. And these are very fun neon colors. I'm going to hold this up for you on that black. I mean, how fun is that? Those colors just scream at me. Stitch, stitch, stitch me. Very fun. So if I can get in a groove on that, I'll be very happy. And I'll show you more progress. But that was another new start that's just, you know, doing its thing. Sorry, I'm looking out the window because my husband ran errands, and I'm hoping he won't be back to interrupt soon, but he might be. I don't know. Anyway, so let's keep going. Whips. The next one, this was, since I've seen you for a regular floss tube, this was another new start, but it was not a new start since my whip parade because it was in my whip parade. And this is the summer chart from Blackbird Designs for the trio Loose Feathers. Look at that bird. Oh, I love him. And he's got a strawberry. I wished I had kind of known this for Strawberry Moonsow, but this actually did not start until the beginning of July. And this is being stitched with my favorite cousins, Christy and Callie, and they are doing this, I believe, in their Facebook group. It's called 3 is Better Than 1, and that's, whoops, let's get that tag out of the way. That's where I am on this one. I just put this on Instagram a couple days, and I said, I'm really not sold on that yellow. I don't know if it's just the color of yellow. The picture to me looks a little bit more white. Let's hold it up beside it. Doesn't that look more like off-white ivory? So I think it just may be the color of the yellow. I'm not really sure. I'm using the Vicki Clayton silk conversion, which I really wanted to use. I love stitching with her silks. And I think the palette is really pretty. But maybe it's just the placement of the yellow. Maybe I need to finish the flower before I decide. I'm not really sure. But overall, the stitch is coming together and it's really, really pretty. So it's 3 different ones. You have summer, fall, and winter. And I don't know how many months we're doing this over, but I'll just, keep stitching on until it's done. And I had summer and winter I had gotten in my haul also with June, with not just these Vicki Claytons, but I have the ones for fall and winter as well. And fall just came in. So that was all part of my haul. And that is living in, etchings project folder. There's that. It's my little conversion chart in there. So let's stick that out of the way. I'm stitching this, on 36 count stone fruit from Lap and Loops. And it's got this really pretty kind of peachy, pinky brown. I don't know if you can see that. It's a beautiful color. But I am doing 2/2 with the Vicki Clayton. The 1/1 actually looked fine. It was a teeny bit sparse. I like my stitches a little chunkier, actually. And I think it's turning out really pretty. I was a little worried about doing the 2 when I tried it, because I was planning on doing 1/2, which is what I would normally do on 36. But I really liked the way it looked. So, and I'm not having a hard time getting that through the holes or anything. So I am tickled to death with that. And yeah, enjoying it. All right, my last whip since, well, these are the ones that I have worked on in the last 2 weeks since the floss tube. So the whip parade. So in the whip parade, I may have shown you some other whips that I was working on since my last regular floss tube, but I'm not going to try and figure that out because, again, there was 3 months of that, so it's just too much. So I'm only going to show you what I did for the last 2 weeks, and we're going to try really hard to stay on the 2-week program, right? Right. All right, this is Deadly Aquarium Sal from Lola Crow. I'm going to get you in close to some of these. He's my favorite. I have to do his teeth. And look at the way the floss, that's not even a glow-in-the-dark floss, but it really looks like a light up there. The seagulls are amazing as well. But I haven't done any of the back stitch. I am behind on this. I think when I finish the coral stuff through here, I've still got 2 or 3 weeks maybe. So it's not terrible. I'm at almost 11,000 stitches. So I feel like I've definitely made good progress. There's the fun colors for that. Love it. And I ended up stitching this on 32 count pistachio from Needle Bling. I had auditioned a few different fabrics that I thought were going to work, but that one, perfection. Absolutely love it. And it is living in this bag, little fishies, from Tulle Pink. All right, so that is that one. That is the end, I think, of my whips. And if you're a new stitcher, sorry, I'm really bad with the acronyms. Works in progress. That's what whips are. That's the end of the whips that I have worked on in the last 2 weeks, or slightly over 2 weeks since I've seen you guys. So I showed you my new starts. I showed you my finishes. And next, let's do the giveaway winner, actually. And this was from the video, the regular floss tube, about 3 months ago. And I had said, tell me about retreats. You know, have you ever been to any? Which ones do you like? I got quite a few responses on that, and I am not alone. There's quite a few of us that have not gone. There are quite a few people that did, you know, suggest different things. Now, I have done a virtual. I would like to go to a real one. But anyway, so I had an extra project folder that I had made. I had made 2, and there's nothing wrong with it except for the pieced heart, sorry, on the bottom. I cut my point off, and I was like, oh my God. Stuck it aside, and then I started thinking, you know what, I'll just give this away. I can't sell it. I don't need 2 of them. But I had this cut off point. I'm like, well, somebody's going to want it. So everybody put in for it. And the winner of this, and if you do not want it and want to figure something else out, because it is pretty girly and you might be figuring out who you are at this point, just let me know. We'll, you know, pass it on or whatever. But I'm happy to give it to you if you want it, or if you know somebody to give it to, or if you want to use it, that's great. But it's Steve Buckwalter, Rivenhain, and I will put his comment right here. My buddy Steve, he had commissioned me to do a top fold project folder for him in some more masculine fabrics, some browns and blues. Browns and golds. I think it was browns and golds mainly. It turned out really cool. But so this may not be quite masculine enough for you, Steve, but if you want it, it is yours. Just shoot me an email or a comment, and send me your mailing address, please, dude, if you will, because I don't think I saved it. I might have. Anyway, that's yours. So that was the giveaway. Thank you guys all for responding to that. I appreciate it. And next, let's do haul, which is kind of mixed in with plans. So, like I said, I went kind of nuts. So I joined the 2 Patreons. I got the stuff for the Artsy Housewife. I ordered all that Roxy Floss. I got the fabric for the tarot. Oh, while I was at, and we'll insert also, hang on, we'll also insert a little bit about the trip to Barefoot Needle Art. They are just amazing down there. They are so much fun. The shop is great. They do mail orders. If you get a chance to go, definitely go. They have, I don't know what they're called, stitch-ins, something like that. There's one coming up at the end of October I'd like to go to. It's just like a half-day Friday and all-day Saturday. Maybe it's all-day Friday and half-day Saturday. Anyway, would love to go to that. But very, very, very cool little shop, and lots of cool things. They've helped me kit up a bunch of different things through the year, I guess, since I found them. I think I found them last year. I knew they were there, but I had never gotten an opportunity to go. So if I get a chance, I will insert some pictures right here from the shop. But while we were there, so Kathy came with Mr. Hands-On Design and Bill, and they did the class, and she is phenomenal. She is one of the best teachers just out there. I've seen her online before teaching, and she is just such a wonderfully sweet person, and so was he. So they gave us also the cute little, I don't know if it was them or if that was the girls there. They gave us the little pens from just another button company. Very, very cute. Kathy also gifted us with another chart. Let's see if I can cover up the chart part of that. ABC, which kind of goes hand in hand with the theme down there. That was really cool. While I was there, I had to pick up some more Kathy's. I got Botanical Bee. Everybody and their brother's been doing this, and I'm dying to do it. It's also Bee Month. Talk about that in a minute. I also got Summer Folk. I love the colors in this. I did pick up the DMC, but I have not pulled any fabric for this yet. I'm working on spring. I stalled out about somewhere between a half and 2/3 of the way there and got started on other things. And since it's spring, I'm not in the mood to work on it anymore. I kind of want to work on summer, but I've got too many other things I want to do. But I absolutely had to get it while I was there. Also got my first Mirabilia. This is Halloween Fairy. She didn't have a ton of selection there, but there were, 8 or 10. And this one definitely spoke to me more than some of the other ones. I love a lot of the mermaids. I love to do those. But I love Halloween. And while I was there, I thought, well, how fun would that be on that purple fabric? Yeah. And this is Rogue Fabrics, and the color name is Artemis. And I got a 32 count linen in that. I think that'll be fun. I did get the bead. I don't know what I did with them, but I did get the little gold beads that go with that while I was there. I also picked up Under the Sea is the dyer, and the color name is Winterbrook, and this is a 28 count linen. I'm really into the teals and the purples lately. I will probably end up doing Botanical Bee on that one. I don't know. Most likely. I might do something a little bit brighter. But I picked up that. I also picked up Pampas Reed, also from Rogue Fabrics, and that's in a 32 count. And that's, again, got that kind of peachy, corally undertone. And I had picked that up while I was there. Hang on. To go with. I haven't worked on this since I've seen you guys. But you know what? Since it was... So I'm going to go a little out of order here. Since my last regular floss tube that I started at Strawberry Fair, I had started that for the Summer Moon Stitch Along. So I kitted that up while I was down there. And that is the Pampas Reed. Here's my start on that. I haven't worked much on that. I started that at the very end of June and worked on it for, I don't know, a couple of days and then put it away. There's the fun colors. Again, kitted all that up while I was down at Barefoot Needle Art. I forgot about that. All right. So let's put that aside. All right. Don't remember why I ordered this one. From Hollis Hands Create. Fiber on a Whim. This is stone. It's like a silvery bluish gray. 36 count. I might have gotten this for, I don't remember. I had a reason for it. I had gotten 2 different fabrics and picked this one. Totally don't recall. But anyway, so that was from them as well. Not from them. That was more fabric as well. While I was at Hollis Hands, I have been dying to start the Zodiac Girls. Is that what they're called? Is there a... Doesn't really say. Anyway, this is Cancer, and this is from Nora Corbett, who is the designer for Mirabilia. She does some on her own, and I started with Cancer because one of my daughters is a Cancer, and I started thinking, oh, I could do one for, this daughter's a Cancer, and this one's an Aries, and my granddaughter is Capricorn? Can't remember. I'm Sagittarius. I was like, all the ladies in my family, I could do the whole, whole kit and caboodle. So there's the DMCs that go with that. And I'm debating between doing it on like a teal, so it'll really pop, or on a peachy piece. And I was fiddling around with doing some dyeing, which I'll show you another time. And then I also got from 123 Stitch, the Caron, the water lilies. Look at how pretty those are. Oh my goodness. So pretty. Can't wait to stitch with those. So there it is with the oranges. Oh my goodness. So this is a plan for sure. Once I decide what fabric, this is going straight in the I'm going to start it pile because I absolutely love it. Here's the beads that go with that one. All right, more haul. Told you it's a little excessive. my friend Hannah, back to Hannah again, the Pokey Needle. When I was watching her last video, she had said she was going to do a stitch along with any of the 3 of these. I don't recall the hashtag. Don't recall the hashtag. Anyway, I picked Faith. That's the one that she was doing, but I thought the colors were really, really pretty. And my friend Laura is going to host this with her, Textile Crafts. And this starts, I believe, the 24th of August. I thought these were really pretty, so I thought, yeah, I'm going to jump on in on that. I did get the floss, which I don't normally get DMC from somewhere online, but I just went ahead and kitted the whole thing. Called for fabric, the whole 9 yards. Really, really pretty. And again, that's Faith, and I will put the hashtag right there for that stitch along. And I picked up Autumn, because when I had ordered these before, Autumn was not available. All right, so that's my 1, 2, 3 stitch haul. This is crazy. One more. Okay, so I have been putting off posting anything about this because I wanted to host a stitch along, but I really wanted somebody to do it with me, and I wasn't really sure who to reach out to for this that might enjoy participating. So as you see this, if you are one of these that would like to help me host this, let me know, because I would like to start this in August. I waited too late to even talk about it though. But this is A Buzz at Midnight from Hello from Liz Matthews. Love it. Bridget, the museum stitcher, did the cover, or she did the model stitch for that. And she had said at one point she would probably stitch it again for herself. And I keep stalking her channel to see, maybe she would want to host it with me. But I haven't heard her say any more about it. But Bridget, if you're watching, I would love to stitch this, girl, if you want to stitch it again. I think it's so cool. And it's been calling to me on and off, but I'll tell you what did it. And this is what did it. When I was at Barefoot Needle Art, I was looking at the new wall of cottage garden threads. I always wanted some of those too. And I spotted this one it's going to be on your far right. This one right here. And I was like, oh, how pretty would those flowers be? Look at those colors. Aren't those amazing? So I am going to convert, Liz calls for MPIs or DMC, but I'm going to convert it to these, which I think are so fun. This is when it all came together. And again, we're back to purple. Purple's the new neutral, It's like the new gray. Gray, orange is the new black. Purple's the new black. That's going to be so pretty. I can't wait. I really want to jump in on this, but I really want to stitch it with somebody because it's just too special and too amazing to not try to get, some hype going around this piece. So, again, if you're interested, hit me up. Yeah. Anyway, so that is hopefully coming up really, really soon. That's living in, I made this especially for this too. That's how excited I am about this. I don't know why I haven't just started it. My B folder. How fun is that fabric? I think that was Deb Strain. Not somebody who's usually on my radar, but I loved the purples and the gray and that mustardy color together. So, so pretty. So I think that might be the end of my plans. So I'll keep working on all the things that I'm working on. But I want to start A Buzz at Midnight. I want to really try and work on that Tara thing. Oh my gosh. I'm going to start Faith, which was this one, and that's from Summer House Stitchworks. And I think that was, I need to start Cancer before Cancer season is over, and it might already be over. No, I think I still have 2 weeks to start in on that. So that's potentially 4 new starts, and that is just too much with everything else I have going on, but that's just how I'm rolling right now, I guess, because I don't know how to say no. It's just not in me. Okay. Also had some Happy Mail, and I didn't show this in the whip beret, but it had come in right after probably my last floss tube, and this is Crone on the Hill from Plum Street Samplers. And my friend Amy sent me this. Amy Swellheart. Look how cool that is. I love that house. She knows I love the houses and I love Plum Street. So definitely want to start that this fall as well. If not before fall, you know, because fall really starts in August, right? I did not cave. I did not put my Halloween and fall up. I put up, when I took down Patriotic, which was late, I put up the bees, which is why I want to stitch both of these bees. Oh, and I forgot about Botanical Bee. That's like 5 new starts. That's, somebody slapped me. That's just too much. Too much. Anyway, thank you, Amy. That was very, very sweet. That will be a new start soon. Hopefully this fall for sure. Okay. I think we talked about pretty much everything except the shop update. I feel like there's something else. Trying to think if there's any Flosstubers. I told you 2 that were kind of new to me. Crow Stitcher, who I don't think is new in the Flosstube world, but she was new to me. Beck Stitches Everything, who is new to me and somewhat new in the cross stitch world, or in the Flosstube world, sorry. And go check her out. And then the other one who is new to me and also new to the Flosstube world is actually Liz Matthews' best friend, or Liz is Annie's best friend. Anyway, Annie, who is XO Needle in the Hay XO. Again, terrific personality. She is a ton of fun to watch. She was the one that actually did the tutorial for the cute little stitch cases. If anybody went to Midsummer Stitch, and that was totally fun too. I forgot about that. I didn't get to go to a lot of it. We had, it seems like quite a bit going on that weekend. I can't remember. But she did a great tutorial there. And that was Annie. She's awesome. Go check her out as well. Anywho, so, oh, Annie, you'd be another good one. If you happen to be watching this, girl, and you want to host with me the Liz Matthews pattern, let me know. That'd be awesome. Okay. So, the last thing that I have for you guys today, I believe, then is going to be my shop update. I'm going to pause real quick, and I'll be right back. Yeah, okay, now, so up to the shop update. So thank you all for being here. Thank you for everything you do. Love you all. You're amazing. And thank you for supporting my shop, too. This has been phenomenal. Can't even keep up with it. So I have a few new things that are going in today. And this first one, I couldn't decide which fabric I wanted on the outside, so I made some of each. So this is from the, I want to call it Deja Vu, and it's not. This is from the Nightshade line from Tula Pink. And this version has the cool flowers on the outside with the adorable little skulls. And on the inside, it has the gals as the pockets. And again, all of my open fold like this project folios folders have the vinyl pockets on both sides, and they have the fully lined regular pockets. So you're basically getting 4 pockets in these. So I have, and then this version has the pink striped zipper tape. There is also a version of this one which has lavender zipper tape. I believe I have one each of those in this one. And then there's the opposite, and that is the girls on the outside. And then on the inside would be the floral pockets. And I think I have 1 or 2 with the purple, dark purple zipper tape on that. And either 1 or 2 with the pink stripe. I couldn't get a lot of that pink stripe. It was the very end that shop had. I thought it was so cute. So that's on either 1 or 2 of those. So I'll have those options up in the shop. I did figure that out last time. So total though, I have, I think 3 of the girls with the flowers on the inside and 2 of the flowers with the girls on the inside. That's number 1. I did find 1 more of these. I thought it was sold out. And this one was called Bright Side. Can't remember what this was called. But there's 1 more of these in the shop as well. All right. I'm going to call it like the hippie folders, what it reminds me of. And then by special request, I have, I believe, 2 more left. These have already been in the shop. And this is the Etchings Project folder. I had someone reach out to me, figured out how to do a custom order. And then I've already sold another of the other ones. I made 4 more total just to go ahead and make a few while I was at it. So there are 2 more of those in the shop because they had sold out pretty quickly last time. And then another new one. This is Moon Garden in the Owl. Love him. There's the back of that. And this is a top fold. So it's going to have, again, the double pockets on the front and on the back. And then the one side has the 2 little loops with the ring for your floss and the clip so that you can take that off. I've shown this before. You can put a pattern on there and it will sit up on your table like an easel. So that's the top fold, and that is Moon Garden in the Owl. And those have lavender zipper tape. I think those colors are so fun. There will be 3 of those in the shop. Pretty sure there's 3 of those. And then the last one, if I can figure out how to do a special, not a special order, what do you call it? A pre-order, because these are not quite ready. I had the sample almost ready, so I decided to go ahead and finish the sample. Everything's cut for the rest of them, but these will not be ready to go in the next day or 2. They should be ready, if not by the beginning of this weekend, over the weekend. I will get the rest of these done to ship out like next Monday, Tuesday. And that is Hello Boo, Hey Boo, Hey Boo. And this is from Layla Boutique. This is probably one of my favorite ones I've ever made. It's a top fold. It's got the pink pocket on one side and the little orange ghosties on the other. And it will have those same clips and rings on there. Some of them are going to have the tangerine zippers. Some are a little bit darker orange. And I believe some of them may even end up with the pink. No, on this batch, it's just the orange or the orange. I will have 7 of these. Gotta keep one of these for myself, of course. And these will go up as a pre-order if I can do it. And if not, then they will go up for next weekend. So 7 of these. And then I do have stuff cut that I believe I have enough to make 3 or 4 patchwork style. And I will do this type, like not square. They'll be the slightly asymmetric. Hang on. More like this. Different size squares, but a patchwork of Hey Boo in the other fold, and there'll be 3 or 4 of those available. I haven't even gotten that far on that one, so that will definitely be sometime, not this coming week, but the next week most likely, but look for those as well. So lots of new things. I have fabric for 3 or 4 or 5 other things coming up in the next couple of weeks. Yeah. Anyway, thank you guys all for your support for all of these. I will have these that I've just shown you up in the shop by the end of today. Again, today is Sunday. Thank you so much for joining me today, and happy stitching. Happy rest of your Sunday weekend. It's almost over, and then it's back to reality. I hate going back to reality. I'm ready to retire. I want to just stitch all the time. Not enough time to do all the things I want to do. Anyway. Thank you guys again. Have a great week, and I will see you soon.